May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. Hey, uh, this is covering the Japanese yen. I did not, I was not watching my clock when I did my prior video. The prior video I just released just minutes ago for the Forex majors, uh, and I wasn't able to fit in the Japanese yen, but I'm going to fit it in right now because I don't want to leave my viewers and my subscribers without some kind of analysis for the week ahead in the Japanese yen. It's the safe haven of choice when it comes to uncertainty in the markets. And if we look at the monthly chart right now, what we can see is that price has been bearish. You can see price has been bearish, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And we continue that until December. And then January, February, we had a bearish movement in March. But in April, it's been very, very bullish. And I think that bullishness is going to continue. All right. And what we can see is that we swept this low here. All right. And then after sweeping a low, you would expect some kind of pullback. But this pullback ended up making a market structure shift from bearish to bullish here at this high. What did I just do? All right. We made it at that high. And you can see how April's candle is very strong, lots of momentum. All right. And you want to look inside of these candles on the lower time frames to see if there is support for higher prices. Right. If we go to the weekly, what we can see is that market structure shift from bearish to bullish here. All right. And you can see how there was a very big volume imbalance here. All right. That pushed prices, that allow prices to go higher. Okay. There was a speed bump here, a bearish fair value gap that price used as a speed bump. Price reacted to it and then continued higher. I believe this high is the buy side liquidity target. This is the immediate target. Let me do this right. This is the immediate target for the next week or so, and let me do that right. So that'll be our draw on liquidity. All right. If you watched my earlier video, and I urge you to go do so, you'll see that I have saw that the US dollar is weak. I'm thinking that there might be a pullback, which would, kind of hint at there might be some short-term bullishness in the market in the US dollar index, and then a resumption of the bearish trend after that. Well, if that's the case in the Japanese yen futures, which is JPY USD, all right, we can see some weakness, just the opposite. We can see some weakness in the short term, a pullback, maybe to this high here, all right, and a resumption of the bullish trend. Okay, now I'm going to show you something on the daily that I showed you last week. Last week, I told you this was Friday's candle, right? I told you that there is a bullish fair value gap right here, all right? And I believe that price would hit this fair value gap and continue higher. And that's exactly how it played out. And you know I'm telling you the truth because I left my little arrow on there. Boop. All right, I left my little arrow from last week. So it did exactly as I thought it would. And what I'm looking for, what I like to look for is there any bullish fair value gaps in that, in the movement? How does it break the highs? When it does break the high, is it sweeping or is it trading through it? All right, and closing above it. Well, this one swept it at first, came in the next week, and finally we see some open and closes above that breakout point. So I'm looking for price to come back to this consolidation area for a test and maybe continue higher. All right. If we go down to the 4 hour, you can see we can get rid of the little arrow. All right. We can see that price did, in fact, make a market structure shift here. All right. Which is a bullish indication. We see price on the 4 hour break the old high, and we're now pulling back. But are we pulling back into a fair value gap? No, we took a low here, and then you see Friday it was a bullish close. All right, we had a bullish close, but there was a pullback on that same day. So we came down, swept the low, and then we have this pullback. Oh, can we pull back further? Sure we can. All right, if the U.S. dollar is going to show some near-term strength, then I'm thinking that this liquidity low here, if I can mark it properly, I can get my thoughts together. All right, this liquidity low here, I'm thinking that price may make it down here for the sweep of that low and then continue higher, which is at this sell to buy area. This is an area of fair value, and I'm looking for price to revisit this area and then continue higher from there. I hope that's easy enough to follow. All right. Just the opposite in the US dollar, Japanese yen, CFD, or the FX broker. All right. The FX broker pair. All right. You see that price pushed up and then down. This is the buy before the sell, just the opposite of the Japanese yen futures. We're looking for price to come back into that area of fair value, which is doing, and we'll look for price to turn around and continue the bearish trend, which is what it's on right now, as the US dollar uh oh yeah the US dollar gets outperformed by the Japanese yen in this environment. When it comes to safe havens, the Japanese yen is the preferred safe haven over the US dollar. Even though the U.S. dollar, most countries run to the U.S. dollar when it comes to where to put their money. Over the last couple of weeks, with tariffs and everything, things have started to turn around and turn in a different direction. But nonetheless, I'm looking for price to come back into for the USJPY. I'm looking for the Japanese yen to show a little weakness and allow the US dollar to pull it up a little bit into this area of fair value, and then we can see more down movement from there. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video.